Hello. What's good today? How are you all feeling? You guys ready for some StarCraft? We had some music on the intro. Wasn't that nice? I just couldn't sit here and wait without music. Like yesterday, we listened to the VSL music yesterday. It was kind of interesting, but it wasn't quite my thing. So got some tunes going for today. It's just some like chill stuff. Chill stuff. Why is my mouse disappeared? That's not a good thing. Right. How do we fix that? Oh, no, that's the wrong right click. It's hard to right click things when you can't actually see where the mouse is. Hey, we fixed it. Whew, day saved. That would have been a that would have been a real nightmare. My mouse was just like non-existent for a moment, which would have been a little bit awkward. So, how are we doing, guys? How's everyone feeling? What's going on today? We feeling good? You guys excited for some StarCraft? As you can see, it's like 45 seconds to go. Actually sort of know what I'm doing today, which is generally a positive compared to yesterday, where I was just like a bit like all over the place trying to figure out if we're ever going to get a break or whether we were just going to cast game after game after game and all the rest of it as well. Obviously, I'm here to bring you guys the VSL lower bracket finals and grand finals in the Team League section of the season. Zombie Grub and Rifkin are off in Austin. I don't get to go to Austin because I forgot to book it on time, and it costs lots of money. If you don't book it on time, you have to travel across an entire ocean, so that's a little bit of a shame, but I'm here to bring you guys some action today. I believe Riffin's EG will be live later today on this channel, bringing you guys DreamHack Austin coverage. So with that said, let's go watch some VSL intros and stuff. Beautiful. Alright guys, so it's the VSL, it's the Team League, and it's the finals day. Hopefully today we're not going to have screen shaking, hopefully today we're going to have sound all the way through, hopefully nothing is going to go wrong. That's what's going to be happening. So yeah, I'm just here for today. Well, I was here yesterday too, but I'm only here for today, then I'm gone. My infiltration is over, and I'll be back to my own little thing. Yeah, obviously today is a busy day because there's like VSL on right now, and then later everybody's going to be casting DreamHack. So I'm going to be live with DreamHack on my own channel later today. And again, like I said, like Riff and Zombie Grub, I'm pretty sure are going to be live right here on Base Trade, bringing you guys DreamHack coverage as well as the main stream. So there's going to be lots and lots and lots of StarCraft for you guys to watch today. So it's a brilliant day to be a StarCraft fan. A brilliant day to be a StarCraft fan. And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, it's not a terrible day to be a StarCraft fan, is it? Well, it might be. It might be if you're... What situation could you possibly be in that's a terrible day to be a StarCraft fan? Literally none, right? Yeah, I can't think of one. I don't know why I got myself into this conversation with myself, which is not exactly brilliant. Try to get Group J, K, or L. I want to go for myself personally. I want to go for the Uthermal group. That's Group J, right? I want to go for the Uthermal group. And so far from the other community casters, oops, definitely shouldn't throw my Skype on screen, should we? Whoops. God, I forget. Like we've got like a live, like a clean feed and stuff. And for some reason, when I was trying to capture the screen window today, it was just like, yeah, we're not going to let you capture this window. We're just going to let you like, you know, how do I explain this? It's like, when you try and capture things on XSplit, sometimes it's like, oh, it captures this window. So anything that's on top of that window doesn't actually get shown anyways. Today it was just like, nah, we're just going to capture the entire screen and like throw whatever's on your desktop there. So I couldn't be bothered to fight it because sometimes there's just fights that aren't worth taking. And some days XSplit is definitely not something you want to be fighting. So yeah, what was I about to just check? I have no idea. I was going to check something on Skype that was to do with DreamHack groups, but I actually really cannot remember. So, anyways, this is our bracket for the day. Can you guys see that there? Is that okay? I think you guys can see that there. Team Impact against Team Zest is our lower bracket final. That's going to be a good one, man. I mean, Team Impact, I feel, have got a lot of potential, but they haven't really shown up just yet. Obviously, it is a rematch from the winner from the first round of the competition, so be interesting to see what the differences will be. As Team Zest came through, very nearly got reverse all killed yesterday, but Classic held the line and defeated Solar in that epic Game 7. And then, of course, the winners of that series will go up against Team Hero, which means we've got 2 best-of-7 all-kill series to bring you guys today, tonight, this morning, wherever you guys are from. Late night, what is it for you guys? Are you up late? Are we up early? Are you kind of up late only actually later today instead of like last night? Like, where's the time zones for you guys? Where are we watching from? I want to hear it. As we do just have our Korean casters back on stream momentarily. As beautiful as they are, it's not quite what we want to see just yet. We're still waiting for the StarCraft. So yeah, it'll be about we're about 5-6 minutes away from StarCraft, I think. So we got some more time to kill, which is good. It's the end of my day, 6 AM, says Lord Lynx. That's up very late, up super late, says GG Spooky One. Up late till the AM, says Pydrome. Got our Europeans checking in as well. Pilskin Gaming Live, 12 noon. Oh, we got the English hype in here from Snuzzy. Respect, bro. England reppin'. 5 AM in Texas, getting that DreamHack hype on, I hope. 4 AM in Colorado. 6 AM, 1 PM. We're watching from around the world then, basically. Hey, we haven't actually had any kind of... There we go. I was waiting for my Aussies and my New Zealanders to chime on in. 10:04 PM on Monday from New Zealand, says the Spitfire 69. That's what I was looking for. Always got to be 1 or 2 Aussies around. So, so yeah. Say Fred, there's no point tagging at Base Trade TV. Because that Base Trade TV ain't here today. I'm on my ward. I'm logged in on Wardy. But yeah, I'm casting. I think Base Trade are casting all of the group stages today. The mainstream will go live for the second, third group stages. We've got stuff on the screen, man. Right, talk about this. Boom. Team Impact 4-2 against Team Zest in the first round, but they will replay them today, of course, in the loser bracket finals. Yesterday, they got stomped by Bjorl. Stats barely lasted 4 minutes. I mean, Forte and Impact got made to look like fools. And the Patience game was a little bit closer, but in the end, Bjorl was just a little bit too close. As we see them getting hyped up there. Where am I from? It is 11 AM for me. Rise and shine, early morning in the UK. I mean, it's not early morning, but you know, for someone who talks about games all day, it's pretty much early morning as it gets. So, 11 AM for me. Just gonna be a bit, you know, hipster from the rest of Europe, you know. Gotta be that, you know, everyone else is like entering their afternoon and I'm just like still chilling in the morning. It's good, man. There is indeed Forte. He's going to come out as the first player today from Team Impact. Yesterday they used Impact as their first player, sending out the captain first. Did not work for Team Impact, did it? And it didn't work for Team Rogue either. So captains first, obviously not the best way to go about things. And here we do have Team Zest. In my opinion, the most beautiful team. And in my opinion, the strongest as well, like Zest, Bjorn, Jhachi, Classic. I know Zest and Classic maybe haven't been quite as on point lately, but they're still scary opponents. Bjorn is always a god, and Jhachi, a real dark horse in anything he plays in as of late, so... Just waiting to see how this goes. We've got Dota Hefe in the chat, so hungover from King's Day. Dutchies partying hard last night with King's Day. I saw some snaps on my Snapchat. People going in the Netherlands. It's so crazy. Last week I was in the Netherlands and I could have timed it so much better. Like, so much more exciting stuff was going on, like, this week and, well, the day I left as well. You know, if you do the math and figure out that I was in the Netherlands last week, but I left before a certain day, you can probably figure out when I left before. Anyways, Team Zest are going to go for the risky option, which is going to be to play the captain. This did not work yesterday for either team. This did not work yesterday for either team, going captain first. But I feel as though Forte is someone Zest can take down, so let's see if Zest will pick up his first win of the season in the Team League. Let's find out very, very soon. Didn't these two teams play yesterday? Yes, they did, but obviously not against each other. They played against each other last week in the Team League. Yesterday they played against other teams in another part of the bracket. This is a pretty small bracket. It's basically just a single dual elimination group. So we're here today with the final day of the Team League Season 1, which is the lower bracket finals, this match right here, and then we go straight into that grand final. As we have Forte going to go for a little bit of meditation. Hey, classic Jachi and Bjorn just look so relaxed. They're just like, yeah, our captain's got this. By the way, they've got some, like, real good treats on the table. They're drinking, like, Pokemon milk. I mean, I've never seen Pokemon milk in my life before. Have you guys ever had Pokemon milk? I've never had Pokemon milk in my life, but it looks as though that's what they were that's what they had to drink, so that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. Guys, we're going to set up into Forte versus Zest, our first matchup of the day. Momentarily, we're going to get a map intro. I'm actually going to shut up for it, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to introduce the players on time, because I learned so much yesterday. Let's go. Welcome to Paladino Terminal, as in the bottom right-hand side of the map. The red Terran player representing Team Impact. It's Forte. Someone we don't see as much of in the StarCraft 2 scene nowadays, but does pop up now and then, and obviously to qualify for VSL, playing pretty well. Team Captain, Zest, in the top left. Can he get his first win of this Team League season? Can he pull it out against Forte to get this victory and to put his team on the right track towards that grand final? I mean, when I said Pokemon milk as well, I'm just assuming it's milk. Like, to me, like, there's like some red cartons and some like brown cartons. It's like, to me, that's like strawberry milk and chocolate milk, but maybe it's something else. Maybe it's like Pokemon juice. I mean, I don't know, but it was pretty interesting. I mean, I've never just drank anything with a Pokemon on the side of it in my life. Maybe I'm yet to really kind of live. Maybe there's so much that I'm missing out on, I suppose. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think milk was a good guess, or do you reckon it's something a bit different, something like juice or something instead? I don't know. I'm gonna go with milk. I'm gonna go with milk. It looked very. I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to drink though, doesn't it? You're in the VSL lower bracket finals, and you're just like, yeah, I gotta get my milk on. It's not the most stunning things. Do let me know if the volume, etc. is okay, guys. It should be. It should be okay. I think we're just on the same settings as yesterday. If it needs to go up a little bit for the game sounds, I can definitely do that for y'all. Just let me know if it's a bit too quiet, and I can try and up it a little bit. But yeah, game number one. And obviously, Paladino Terminal is an interesting map, and we've seen interesting builds from the get-go. Zest with the one base Stargate, not proxied or anything, just in base. To be fair, Paladino is such a small map anyways, that moving across the map can be very quick no matter where you place that Stargate. On the other side of things, Forte with the double gas opener is going into a reactor and a factory early on, so both players opting not to expand early, and it's kind of a weird one, because generally I would say Terran 1 base is better than a Protoss 1 base, because those Terran units early in the game, Cyclones and so on, are so powerful and they really pack a punch. But at the same time, if there's ever a kind of opening to shut down one base aggression from a Terran player, it's most likely going to be the Stargate, because the Stargate can be so useful, especially if he goes into the Oracle to get some counterattack damage done, and then the Phoenix, which can come in and take away the very important and expensive units of the Terran player during his attack. Now, the MSC comes across here, and we'll see a couple of Marines and the Cyclone. Yes, he gets locked onto, but he should be able to back away in plenty of time. Stuck around a bit too long, maybe took a bit more damage than he was expecting to. And now we're going to see reacted Cyclones. There's going to be a lot of Cyclones early, actually. So maybe that sort of Stargate that I was talking about, I guess maybe this is a build that counts as a Stargate in a way, because, you know, if you do go into Phoenix, you're only going to have so many lifts, right? And with this triple Cyclone up, that's a lot of lifting to do. I mean, Phoenix are pretty strong, they hit the gym pretty regularly, but I'm not sure if they can lift all them Cyclones. Now, that said, I mean, it's a tough one as well, I guess. I mean, let's just see what happens, because it's a bit of a weird situation. Not really kind of two ability C going up against each other very often, as we are going to see this one Marine trying to pick up some damage. I love that he keeps the Oracle at home, by the way, just knowing that there's so much potential for him to kind of just use this as defense. I mean, it's nice to get across into your opponent's mineral line, but at this moment in time, I think Zest realizes he sort of needs a way to survive. Does he have a mothership call, by the way? He does, of course. He recalled it back home. So this is back home. Obviously, he's missing out on one of the potential overcharges, because he had to pull for, you know, to recall back home previously. You're going to see good repairs on the Cyclones, although a couple of them are very low, but they will get repaired up still, so they're going to be back on full health, and the initial overcharge hasn't done too much as we see the units from Forte straight to the main base, obviously pulling SCVs with this. This is very aggressive. There come the Phoenix lifting 2 of the Cyclones. The Oracle is here as well, and there just isn't enough anti-air anymore to clean this up. The Stalkers are fighting, but the Cyclones are back on the ground. And so it's still a little bit all over the place. Phoenix comes out and has another lift coming through as 2 more Oracles arrive. MSC will now fall as these Cyclones are being chased away by an Oracle. I mean, they'll lock on momentarily, and all of them locking onto that Cyclone there. Cyclone, one of them dies, the other one dies as well. Oh my god, this Oracle. Definitely worthwhile sacrificing it because he picked up 2 of the Cyclone kills, and it looks as though Zest is beginning to hold with another lift from the Phoenix. The Cyclones drop down, and this is more or less exactly what we were talking about at the start, where those Phoenix are so good at lifting up units. And I wasn't quite sure if there's going to be enough lifts initially. I really wasn't, but obviously with enough Phoenix coming out in time, Zest was able to hold that off. And a patient defense by Zest, you know. He used the overcharge on the low ground, then pulled back into his main. He waited for his warp gates to come online. As soon as the warp gates were online, boom, a few Stalkers into play. That extra little bit of damage against the Cyclones. Pull the probes in as well, because he knows he's up in Nexus. He can afford to lose some workers as long as he stays alive against this attack. And also the Oracle sacrificing itself and taking down 2 of those Cyclones, really just breaking the momentum of Forte, so that if more Cyclones suddenly arrived, they were the only Cyclones rather than there still being 2 or 3 on the map in the main base. Cyclones are one of those units where in these early stages, if you let them get too high in number, they're going to be really difficult to ever deal with because they're just going to kill everything so quickly. So it's nice to get rid of as many of them as soon as possible. I mean, that's true of anything, you know. It's better to fight half and half rather than everything at once. But I feel Cyclones especially are those units which, because it's just one unit, as soon as it goes down, you lose so much effectiveness from that army. Anyways, going to be seeing these few Phoenix trying to just harass around, trying to see what they can get up to over the next few moments, see if they can put themselves into any decent positions and just help the Terran player, help the Protoss player to just figure out if he can take a bit of an eco lead. CC only just floating down to the low ground and obviously has not yet had a chance to morph into an orbital. It does make sense to float it down before morphing an orbital if you have so many SCVs oversaturated on the main. Just gives you that extra mana and just that little bit faster, which is always fantastic. As we do indeed see the Phoenix is gathering together, and again, just plenty of Phoenix. We actually see a lot of Stalkers coming across the map. I wonder if you can really push in though. I mean, the Phoenix count is good, but you know, he'd be lifting pretty much, he'd be using all the Phoenix to lift and not really damaging anything. He's just going to swoop around and hit the mineral line. As soon as these units move out, actually, Stalkers in that little bit of an area there will be pushed away, but already 4 workers going down. Will not want to use all of the energy, though, on these Phoenix. I think he'll want to keep a couple of lifts available, ready to use on a couple of the siege tanks or whatever he feels the need to in the near future. SCV's coming across the map again. I mean, this is just another aggressive attack from Forte, looking to just try and end this game before Zest is set up into too good of a macro position. SCV's getting to work, already repairing up one Liberator there. The Cyclone taking some damage too at the front, and here we go. The Phoenix got to think about how they're going to fight this. Here we go, they're going to get rid of the Liberator straight away, then they're going to lift the tanks in the back. The Cyclone's being targeted down very quickly by the Stalkers. One pulls right to the back, as we do actually see the Phoenix lifts being kind of counteracted a little bit by the repairs of the SCVs, but all said and done, I mean, the Phoenix are going to be fairly successful in Zest. Well, now the tanks are still scary, but there's just not that many of them altogether, and the Phoenix can swoop back in as well. A few Zealots hit a tank, and we're talking about tanks, there goes another one, lifted up into the skies, and they're just continuing. The Phoenix here to just be such a nuisance. All the tanks will now fall, and the last few Marines are going to be dealt with by Warpins. Phoenix still in very good numbers up in the sky as well, and Zest is looking good to continue moving into position where he can pick up his first victory of the season for his self-titled team in the VSTL. Or the VSL Team League. I was always confused about it. Is it VSTL? Is it VSL Team League? I think it's VSL Team League because it's like well, I guess it works both ways because it's like the Versus League. So it's like the Versus Team League. Like, I guess it can kind of be both. I guess VSL Team League is like putting one too many leagues in there. Anyways, that's a debate for my own mind on another time, as we do just see these few Phoenix looking around and seeing what's up, seeing if they can pick up a little bit of damage here or there. Just going to find these Marines actually, which is obviously pretty nice. The Viking doesn't really add that much damage against Phoenix. He will pick up one of the Phoenix kills here, but the amount of Marines and the Viking being lost is just huge losses here from Forte. So Zest continues to be in a very good position going into that Resonating Glaives now as well, of course. I mean, that's the kind of setup we expect to come in after this as well, you know, going into Glaives. Just going to be able to keep on kind of having a very powerful setup, and still no turret in this mineral line as well. Just gives complete freedom for these Phoenix to fly in and pick off SCVs too, so Zest in complete control right now. And 4Day will type out the GG as Zest begins to come across the map with some ground-based units as well. GG! And the beautiful Zest has taken the first map of the day, and his team will be happy with their captain. The captain-first strategy, for once, has worked out here on the VSL Team League. And Bjorn very happy about it, actually. Some nice little claps from him right there. GG's, and a good way to start our day. Cool little game between Zest and 4Day. Guys, I'm going to run us quickly into a quick 2-minute break, just so I can quickly nip and BRB to grab something. Don't go far. We'll see you in just a moment with our second game of the day. 2-1. We are back with the VSL Team League. What's up, guys? Thank you very much for joining us, of course, and sitting through a quick little commercial break. I still have a little bit of a cold, so I had to run and get some tissues. But with that said, as you can see on your screen, you can see two very beautiful Protoss players sitting, well, not quite opposite each other, but split screen to get that dramatic effect. And they are currently typing furiously at each other in the lobby. Some mad BM going down, I am sure, between Patience and Zest as we get ready to jump into this next map. To the top left-hand side of Belshir Vestige from Dead Pixels representing Team Impact. Patience. Bottom right, Team Captain doing work for his team, Blue Protoss player Zest. We actually had this, someone was discussing this, I think it might have been in the Team Liquid discussion thread yesterday, and it was, they were talking about how, they were talking about how Zest has not had a great month, but how he's had pretty good PvP, apart from when he plays against Patience, who keeps on beating him. So, interesting to see how this guy, I believe Patience beat Zest in SSL, 2-1. So interesting to see how this is going to turn out for them in this, essentially kind of best-of-1 format, of course. Zest comes in. Also, I'm not actually sure how the map picks work. Maybe you guys do from watching some VSL Team League in the past or so. I'm not sure how exactly they work. I don't know whether they... the loser picks the next player gets to pick the map they play on, or whether the maps are predetermined for the entire series. So it's kind of hard to say, but whichever it is, I'm sure they have generally a plan and saying, you know, obviously if they get to pick the map, then they say, ah, right, well, I would love to play PvP on Belshir, kind of a non-nonsense 2-player map against Zest. Or you can say, well, Belshir's up next. Our best chance is probably to throw out the PvP on this one, compared to, say, letting Zest play a PvZ, or something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like, whatever way there is, there's like some strategy to it. So we don't know what exactly the strategy is, but you can just appreciate that there is probably some strategy behind it. I'm a big advocate of team leagues. I love team leagues, and I love the teams that put in the effort to think. I mean, obviously this is maybe not quite the same level because it's kind of, they're not official teams, but I own my own team league that teams put a lot of effort into thinking about who's going to go out when, what maps they're going to try and use up early, when they're going to try and use Paladino Terminal to just cheese someone out quickly because they don't think they actually have a chance or something. You know, just use that map up and get rid of it. It's pretty cool. Patience is like 5-0 versus Zest in the last matches, stretching back to the Home Story Cup final. Of course, they played in the Home Story Cup finals. I forgot about that. I think Patience has won all the matches. I'm not sure if he's won all the maps, though. I think he's, I'm pretty sure he only won 2-1 in SSL. Anyways, 2 Stalkers from Patience will catch the 2 Adepts of Zest here early. Not the best of places for Adepts to shade for Zest in the end, as the 2 Adepts will just continue to shade across the map. They might pick up a probe on the natural. You can see it trying to hide behind the mineral line, but Zest knows he ain't going to let that probe get away. Sorry, probe bro. As we're going to be seeing a pylon coming down to the right side here from Patience, who obviously with Stalker production already being placed, is looking to be aggressive right now. Zest, meanwhile, goes for an Oracle. First overcharge being used on those Adepts, which It's obviously nice to get rid of the Adept, but obviously it means there's less defense available at home for the incoming Oracle. So let's see how this is going to go. With the pylon already set up to the side, I wonder if he actually really uses it. Okay, there we go. Gateway drops down. So this will be a lot of pressure from Patience in the coming moments. As well, it's a bit awkward for Zest because he sends 2 more Adepts forwards. Overcharge forced. Now, this is really nice, actually, because now he's going to be able to get... Oh, he should have gotten another probe kill. He doesn't quite find it at all, though. But it means that there's no energy on the Mothership core to deal with the Oracle. And I'm pretty sure the Oracle, what the Observer's about to show us, though, I think the Oracle flew over the pylon on the right-hand side, so I think he knows what's going on. That said, though, Zest still uses overcharges just to push away the first 2 Stalkers. Here we go then, Oracle into the mineral line. He's going to get 1, 2 workers to begin with. You'll find a third as it pops out the Assimilator. 4, now 5. Good work of damage done by Zest. He's obviously a bit of a faster natural expansion too, but how does he defend against these Warpins? Well, I mean, he's got a Void Ray that's just finished. I guess that will go a long way. Obviously, Micro will be hugely important here, as he does still have the Oracle across the map too to get a bit of further damage done. The first 2 Adepts are just going to shade right into the main base, but that's going to distract Zest, pull a lot of units out of position. It means his Mothership core isn't on the low ground to help defend, although there's nothing actually here for Patience yet anyways. Where is Warpins? Feeling as though they've been a bit delayed. Look how much gas he's stacking up as well. 450 gas in the bank. Now Zest moves a little bit too far out. Well, right now it's 3 Stalkers against 3 in a way. It's pretty close. He's going to get 1 Stalker kill for 1 Stalker kill. He may lose 1 more Stalker here, and he will just lose it because the Adepts turn around. But the Mothership core is still around. There's more Stalkers warping for Zest. I think he's defended well enough, and I think he's pretty safe. Obviously still has that Oracle across the map, but hasn't really found too much more damage with it. Zest about 3 workers, 4 workers behind, but for the Oracle on the map, he should be the player to find further damage in the future, not Patience, as the Oracle will indeed just spot that pylon and that gateway. And just, again, I don't really know if he was able to spot that earlier, or whether it just managed to somehow miss the pylon. It looked as though he might have seen it, but it's difficult to say as we see the Blink upgrade is on the way in. So Blink coming on through, going to see the Void Ray, the Stalkers taking down that pylon. Obviously it's a loss for Patience to lose a pylon, lose a gateway. But he is going into Blink pretty quickly here. The Twilight Council in comparison from Zest is rather late. You know, by the time his Twilight finishes, Blink is more or less going to be on the map from Patience. So that's one thing Dead Pixels player will be able to look towards here as an opportunity to do some damage. Robo a little bit faster from Zest, but for the most part pretty similarly timed, which means that there's not going to be any sort of huge immortal differential between the 2 players. You know, there's not going to be any player who doesn't have the opportunity to basically go into what the other goes for. Still as Oracle from Zest, I mean, even if you don't get damage done with it at this point, the Revelations can be so important, as we're just going to be seeing the Oracle throwing that Revelation down, keeping track of a few of the Stalkers, and especially, I mean, Zest doesn't necessarily know that Blink is about to finish, but for us, we can see that's hugely important to see where those Stalkers are, because now he'll have a good idea if there's a bigger Blink Stalker attack coming his way, as the Oracle cleans up a Stalker on the Watchtower as well, and Zest, again, just really using everything in his power to maintain the map control. Oracle will come back in towards the main base here, and we'll look to try and do a bit more. Forces an overcharge, the dodges away, does take another hit past the shield, so it's getting lower and lower on health. There's Stalkers coming across the map, not the Revelated ones though. Patience left those at home, but still got to wonder a little bit if the 2 Revelated Stalkers get left on their own. Gotta be a little bit cautious. We're going to see the Void Ray starts to fight. Prismatic Alignment is very late to come down there, and the Void Ray will go down. Patience using the Blink Micro to keep the Stalkers alive, and just to trade very nicely and effectively in these early stages. Units will set on the left-hand side, Watchtower, Oracle overhead as well. I'm just going to be seeing the Robo Bay about halfway done. +1 on the Forge on the way up as well, so... I mean, Patience and Zest both kind of get into similar positions. Zest tech in general just a little bit later. Third Nexus a bit later too. The upgrades are pretty similarly timed, but, you know, the Blink, the Robo Bay, that sort of next tier of tech, that is trailing a little bit here. We do see a couple force fields. Zest wanting to make sure Patience doesn't come too much further forwards with those few Stalkers at this point in time. Mortal going to help a lot as well, though, going to be able to push forwards, and Stalker's taking a couple of hits from that already, and now I'm going to see this pylon going down again, just utilizing that earlier Blink play, just making sure you can move around the map and grab some damage wherever possible. Oracle still on the map as well, though, from Zest. Is currently running up the right-hand side of the map as he takes down an Observer of Patience. Those Stalkers might get cut off, because now Blink is available for Zest as well. Doesn't look as though he's going to... Oh, there we go. He jumps to try and get it, but in the end, it's him who loses a Stalker. So unfortunately for Zest, not the best way for things to go. All said and done, though, I mean, worker count is very even. Both of them are going up to the third base. Both of them are very similar army counts and upgrade timings. At this point, it really is just the difference of the disruptor timing. So, you know, at this moment, I guess Patience will be maybe 1.5 disruptors ahead in production throughout. Nice turn away with the Oracle. Look how he turned away so soon with the Oracle. He knew it was going to be in trouble, and just because of that, he was able to keep it alive for those few extra seconds, which does go just such a long way, as you see. Again, one disruptor joined up with those Stalkers and Sentries. Next one on the way out. I guess Patient Zest will obviously have maybe a couple more Mortals, but how much does that really play into the game? See the +2 weapons coming up from Patience as well, continuing his Forge production, so continue to go along with that one as Stalkers, Azald, couple Sentries, couple Mortals going to come up the right-hand side. And just get set and ready to go. Hallucinate Things get shot on down. And again, nice little civilized PvP at this point. It was a little bit kind of aggressive at the start. You know, Patience was a bit like up in Zest's face, like, yo, who you think you are, team captain, coming out, beating up on my friend Forday? And then Zest's like, dude, he stands up and Patience is like, okay. I'm gonna back away from this. And since then, it's been pretty patient. You know, Patience has been trying to get some sidekicks in, but hasn't been able to really find that much. I mean, again, he found like a couple of Stalkers here, then Zest punched him back for a couple of Stalkers. Patience still ahead on the tech though, and you can see that with the second robot facility just being finished. So again, that disruptor count, something we've got to keep in mind. Zest though with a very fast Stargate, second Stargate as well, right? Because he's already got an Oracle on the map, so he's already opened Stargate. So I'm intrigued to see what exactly the second Stargate will be used for. I mean, much later in the game, you would expect some sort of Stargate-based transition with a fleet beacon and going into Skytoss. That's how that's generally how the kind of pros players play PvP. If it goes into this sort of stage, eventually they want to try and get into Skytoss, because if your opponent goes Skytoss and you don't, there's no real way to beat it. And a lot of the time, it's just going to be seeing the units gathering up the left-hand side. We're going to see what units pushing in towards the fourth base right now. Some Stalkers pushing forwards, and it's going to be a little bit interesting. A blink forwards from the high ground from Zest. It's actually a nice position for Zest because he can go and hit the disruptor from the high ground. As you're going to see, Stalkers are going to counterattack in from Patience. This is a little bit awkward because also Patience's army over here, the disruptors! Only one of them goes off on the Immortals, but another one's going to somehow fly past. It's incredible. He should have killed so much more. As now we see his Stalkers are completely trapped, and Zest is going to keep on chasing. Oh, the blink just there a little bit sooner for Patience, but obviously Zest will have it again momentarily. He is going to pick up another few Stalkers. Again, he's just getting some good damage done with this. He sees the fourth base as well, bringing the rest of his army around. Man, Zest really should have lost way more to the Disruptors, honestly, but having kept everything alive now, it's a little bit of an awkward situation for Patience, although he still does have a few more Disruptors, and that can be very annoying to see. The Oracle will come in and will just pick up probe kill nice and quickly. Looks as though he's going to try and take down this cannon, which is building as well. Nice little kill there, while Patience is looking for the larger fight, but that's a huge connection! Zest takes down 3 of the 5 Disruptors. And that one disruptor shot is just another failure for Patience, which, oh, he's going to get the counter disruptor shot! No way! 4 disruptors going down, and now some Stalkers too? Zest took a huge lead, and then it just disappears. Oh my god, this PvP is just becoming explosive, to put it bluntly. As we're going to be seeing the, DTs are out now as well from Patience, swiping away on Zest's 4th base. Zest has to get over there to respond to this to some extent. Couple Oracles come back home. Still not sure why Zest ever needed the second Stargate. He's yet to really utilize that at all, as there we go. DT goes down, but man, so much damage done onto the Nexus there is... Man, those disruptor shots, I mean, losing 3 disruptors, that sucks, man, and that really puts you in a tough spot. But then to kill 4 disruptors, just completely evens things out all over again. And Zest just going to be... finishing up charge. Both players still on fairly even upgrades, 3-3. Zest also saying, oh, DTs, that's actually a good idea, mate. Throws down his own Dark Shrine in response to that, saying, hey, I like your thinking, I like what you're thinking of here. You can see the Disruptor shot going forwards, and the unit's having to back away once again. Stalker still starts just on the watchtower, keeping a good vision of his... Well, he doesn't even need it. He's got the revelation down. And that's something which I do really love from Zest's army. Just having that revelation. He always knows how far away his opponent's Disruptors are. He knows when a good time to throw his own Disruptor shots forwards are. And obviously the revelation is so much more reliable than an Observer's. Oh, Zest! He's going to lose the Disruptors on the left-hand side. And another one! And another one! Zest, what is going on? 40, I think I could just see it on his face as well. He's just looking like, what? What were you even killing? And he's like, wait, they were all my Disruptors? Zest only has 2 Disruptors left against the 5 of Patience. He's going to come in here right now as we have momentarily picture-in-picture, then it disappears. To the left-hand side, I think it's just, yeah, there we go. Ooh, there's a lot of Zealots here from Zest. They're going to start charging towards the Disruptors. That's talking about what's going on in the picture-in-picture. You're going to see some Disruptors chasing each other too. It's pretty hectic over from this left-hand side. But Zest is losing out quite dramatically. Another Disruptor gets taken down. Disruptor will go forwards, and hits the Stalker and the Disruptor in the end. Zest is going to try and come in from the left side. He's got another Disruptor to use. He's going to fire, but does not connect. And he has to back away now from his opponent. He'll push on forwards. There is indeed a Disruptor shot, which will kill 2 Immortals. Zest is not really in a position with his army to fight this, and Patience. This is going to end up going way better for him, although the time warp on the exit might just be enough to grab enough for Zest to maybe even this out a little bit. But Zest lost the 4th base, and Patience hasn't. Another big blink forwards. I mean, the Stalker can definitely go in the way of Zest just in this position, though. I mean, overall on the map, Patience has way more. Wow, I think Zest killed the Forge, though. No, he didn't. It's just +3 was a little bit slow for Patience. Do you lose the Robo Bay, though? Because that's pretty huge. If you lost the Robo Bay, that's obviously why he's rebuilding it. Well, Zest is now behind, but it's not over. It's not over at all if there's Disruptors in play. But so many Stalkers, he needs Disruptors. He needs some connections. He just cannot fight this straight up, and that's what he's trying to do. Zealots are going to charge in from the other side. A Disruptor again just dies. What has even happened in this game? What has even happened? Like, all of these twists and turns. Zest was so far ahead. Disruptors hit him, and then he throws it like he just walks Disruptors into Patience's army. Like, why, Zest? Why do you play with my heart so much? Why? Can't we just all be friends? Can't you just win a game for us, please? We love you, Zest. Oh, maybe my Zest bias is showing. I mean, Patience in a fantastic position, and obviously, fantastic PvP play to be able to pull back from this sort of deficit. Yes, Zest make mistakes. But Patience is the one who forces those mistakes and puts himself in a position to capitalize on each and every one of those. And you know, the decision to counterattack here, counterattack there has just been way better for Patience in general. And now as he cancels the 4th base again, he's meanwhile got DTs in the natural, and Zest is really just out of luck. Not really anything you can do apart from hope for the Disruptor shots from... Well, I don't even know where you call the Disruptor shots from to make a comeback in this game still. And yes, it's only 20 army supply, it wouldn't be that crazy, but... he still needs something, and Zesty isn't even going to try it. GG. Patience ties it up for Team Impact. What a game. What a game. We've seen some crazy games the last couple of days in the VSL Team League, and that was one of them. Look how happy Forte is. He's like, woo, carry me hard. That's really horrible. Wow, what a horrible caster. He's hyped for Patience, though. Probably because of how far behind Patience was, and he made it happen. Crazy game, made it happen in the end. GG's. And Zest, a little bit upset with himself. I mean, again, he had the lead and probably knows it too. As Team Zest will discuss who will go out next in the very near future. Which of these 3 players will look to take down Patience. Beyond lost to Patience the other day. May not be the player they want to send on forwards. Also, Jachi losing to Patience the other day, but Classic did win, so do they send out Classic for that rematch, guys? We're going to be finding out after a very quick little commercial break. Don't go far, 2 minutes, and we'll be back with more VSL. Welcome back, guys. They keep going in-game so quickly. We're not in-game, but man, look how fast they got set up. I wish I could get people online to set up this quickly. It's insane. Like, I couldn't host a map this quickly. Like, between games of a series. It's incredible. Let's go into our 3rd game. Obviously, you just saw the players, but this is Patience to the bottom right of Honor Grounds. The red Protoss from Team Impact. Bottom left. They do the intro so fast as well. Bjorn to the bottom left from Team Expert representing Team Zest. Man, it's crazy. Like they do the intros so quickly. Like before you even had a chance to like think about who actually is in the game and what position they're in or anything, we've already done like both intros. It's almost as though they expect me to be able to like do my job like easily. Crazy. The rules of the stream: don't cast the game, say stupid shit all the time, and drink. Yeah, that sounds like fun. I'm so used to getting in trouble, man. Like on my stream, when I'm on my stream, if I talk about something else for the first 10 seconds instead of introducing the players, everyone's like, OMG, we're gonna unfollow, we're gonna burn this stream to the ground because you just do not deserve to talk about games. I'm just like, whoa, shit, guys, I'm sorry. They've got me on a leash over there. It's okay. I'm free over here. I'm free over here. Crackle, crackle. Is the mic okay? Is the mic dying? Please don't say the mic's dying, that wouldn't be good. Don't listen? Okay. Not listening. Ain't listening to you guys no more. Or maybe that wasn't who I wasn't meant to listen to. Is the mic okay? Seriously? God damn it. God damn it. Anyways, we are setting on up. Getting ready to go. And it is a bit of an interesting opening from Patience, worth mentioning that he's gone for the double gate opener here. So, 2-gate opening is not exactly what you expect. There's going to be a lot of pressure early, and obviously it's on a grounds, and so it's a large 4-player map, not the sort of map you expect early aggression on, as Bjorn opens up rather interestingly himself with a second Rax rather quickly, and now throwing down a third Rax. So, a bio-heavy opening. Let's see how this is, going to go. I mean, 2 Stalkers on the way out. They're about to pop, and they're going to head across. And his Patience out of pylons. Does he add another gateway? He did it against Zest. Is that just going to be a strategy for the entire Team Zest? Does he realize he's not playing Zest just because it's Team Zest? It's not Zest every game. He doesn't have to go for a PvP opening. Has he just forgotten Bjorn's a Terran player? This is a very PvP-esque build right now. Twilight Council will go down behind this. I mean, Patience just super aggressive on one base. But Bjorn, I mean, he's not walled off at the front. He's been building a reactor. He doesn't have that many units. There goes a pylon. I guess all he'll lose to the pylon, though, is going to be a... Bjorn, look at his face. He's like, really, man? You're going to bring Stalkers across? He has to pull SCVs against this instantly. We'll begin to build a bunker. This pylon, very important to get rid of because he wants to keep his own high ground. He wants to keep that safe. SCVs, a little bit unsure as to where they want to go. They have to be careful, though. Auto repair coming down now. Another pylon goes down. The bunker's still building. The bunker is so important in all of this because if he can hold the bunker, he can sort of hold the high ground a little bit. But if he can't hold the bunker, he's going to be in trouble. Another overcharge now on the high ground, though, and that might just be goodbye bunker because it is indeed in range in these pylons. Nah, this is just... Well, he gets the bunker up, and actually the SCVs are able to stay on the side of the bunker. Oh, this is huge. He gets the SCVs on the side of the bunker, which aren't going to be hit by an overcharge. So actually, Bjorn will just about hold on to this. I was about to get my Terran crying face on, but no. He just about makes it happen. 7 workers lost, obviously up at base. Nexus only just now coming down from Patience. However, you also have to remember that there's a Dark Shrine coming down. That Twilight Council wasn't built for nothing. Patience going full Protoss here in game number 3 of this best of 7 all-kill series, looking to put Team Impact into a lead. Did beat Bjorn the other day, remember, in the first time these teams met. Now Bjorn has an NGBA coming up, though. Obviously the pylon, the low ground's a great help, being able to come in here and just act as a way to kind of trade. Bjorn, I love it. Doesn't have any SCVs in the natural. Is just going to be focused on defending one location right now. Does not want to have himself being pulled all over the place unnecessarily. He's got the NGBA though, but does he build a turret? He's saving. Is he saving scans, or is he just not dropped the mules yet? Obviously, turrets / scans would be very important. He looks as though he's saving scans. Bjorn is not the sort of guy to just let kind of 50 energy go and go by on his orbital command and not actually utilize it. The thing is though, these adepts see how much energy there is, so I wonder if he just waits with running the DTs in. Just waits for as long as possible. Thing is though, if Bjorn saves scans now, I don't think there's ever a point where he doesn't at least have one scan saved to help him out. You see the DT running forward, so it's going to be revealed right now. Can he drop that scan there? It's kind of a tough one to call. Probably could. I mean, he's got the scans available. He's really saving them though. He wants to make sure he's going to get the kill before his opponent can back away or anything. That's probably safe, as he actually has Stim now as well, so another scan will kill the 2 DTs. So in the end, Bjorn is going to end up defending this aggression. He comes out about 6 workers behind, and obviously a little bit afraid to mule right now because of the threat of Dark Templar. And as we see another one just moving forwards, here's another scan available. Yes, there is. He gets one. The other one will just back away for now. Missile turret continues to come up towards the front. As the missile turret finishes towards the front, it will help a lot in terms of just continuing to defend. It just makes his life so much easier, because with how Patience is opened, he's not really been able to go into a Robo and a Warp Prism. He hasn't been able to afford that. And so, you know, Bjorn probably has a fairly reasonable idea about that, and so he's able to kind of come in and he's able to, you know, he's able to just say, well, if I get a turret at the front, pretty safe from now. Nice scan as well. Always worthwhile picking off these DTs, I think, because otherwise they're just going to cause, you know, a beat. They're just going to be annoying. Map control you just don't want to have up. Love the pylon to the left side, so Patience continue to reinforce with DTs as the game goes by, though. And in the meanwhile, we did see it a moment or two ago, but the third Nexus is finished up from Patience, so he's not been afraid to just double expand off the back of this. And just throwing down the, you know, throwing into Blink, throwing down an extra couple of gateways as well. And just continuing on as we're going to see DT takes a little bit of damage there as it goes up the ramp bunker, helping with that little bit of extra range on the bio units. There's some Marauder shot going off, nothing too crazy, as again another scan pulling off another DT. But all of these scans are mules which Bjorn is not dropping. And the mules that aren't being dropped by Bjorn right now, they're definitely adding up, because he's down by 11 workers, so his economy is not going to be anywhere near as good as Patience is for the last couple of minutes. And even before, when he was ahead on workers, he was heavily oversaturated on just one base because he pulled them all away, so it wasn't even like he had that much of an advantage. So his eco in general has not been brilliant for Bjorn. It's not been brilliant. Marauder and a few Marines will move out the front, and as Blink does finish up, you just see Patience with the opportunity to, well, just try and keep doing a little bit more. Sorry for the small cough there, guys. But, yeah, I guess the game gonna calm down a little bit. Patience getting a little bit sick of throwing DTs at his opponents, I suppose, and we'll just take a few moments to gather his units together towards that third Nexus. And yeah, I guess, I mean, Bjorn is not in a great spot, right? I mean, he held on, he defended, but it cost him a lot, it really did, and you can just see it in kind of how things are starting to look. 13 workers down, no third CC. He does have an upgrade lead, though, and the bio army is still very strong. I mean, that's something we can't forget about, so it's still possible for Bjorn. I mean, it's not like game over, but I'd say that Patience has done enough to be in a decent position here as the first two medevacs lift up, and they're going to start moving out. Just comes across and just going to unload to kind of join everything up together, apparently, and go for one large push towards the third base. Now, an Immortal about to pop out. Obviously, the Stalkers do have Blink, which will help them to defend here. Overcharges available down on the third base too, so a lot of possibilities. Another DT warps into the far left-hand side. We will be able to start pushing up that ramp and trying to get in towards the main. Stalkers and Depths. And Immortal 2 looking to see what they might be able to get done here in the next couple of moments. Charge pops, and well, that's the stim from Bjorn, but a little bit too early it seems. Not really going to get too much done. He scans to see that Observer. Always nice to get rid of one of those. The Observers, picking those off, it does such a great deal of damage to the post that a lot of times we don't really talk about, but the fact that you have to go through the Robo build time of it, it's 75 gas. The Robo build time is a bigger deal than a lot of people realize as well, just because it means it's less time you're building Immortals, just Robo units in general, whether it's Immortals, whether you've gone into Robo Bay already at this point. There's a double Fortune of Patience to try and catch up, but Bjorn at this point is just continuing to try and kind of all in on two bases, it seems. You know, he's just going to have the 1-1 upgrades. But, I mean, yeah, the 1-1 upgrades are nice. He's got Widow Mines too. He's going to take the Watchtower. But the army of Patience is pretty good. Stalker, Adept with Glaives and Blink. A couple of Mortals mixed in. Obviously, Bjorn going to try and utilize his the strength of the bio, which is kiting backwards. Nice overcharges there. Bjorn saves a couple of Marines that get trapped by the force fields. And a nice little snipe down very quickly on one of those Widow Mines. Gives Scando to get rid of the Observer too. So, still a little bit of everything going on right now as Depths will begin to shade on in. Bjorn's attack is really not working out. He's got to find something else very, very shortly here, because at this point in time, he doesn't have a third base still. You know, he's still running off of two bases. He's still not going to be able to kill Patience. He lifts up his main. I mean, to be fair, at this point, you may as well, I suppose, if you've been limited to your main base and natural only for 10 minutes. There's not a lot of minerals left there, so it is a bit more effective than actually just straight up building a third CC. So Bjorn will have some fresh economy at least to work from, but he's still working off of only a 2-base economy. Compared to Patience, whose main base is just that little bit healthier, haven't been able to spread workers around a little bit better early on. Hasn't been muling that main base either. More barrier popped at the front as Adept still getting kind of set off here. The Liberators help out a lot with this. Another real nice scan, by the way, continuing to get rid of those observers so that the Widow Mines are just able to do so much more. Overcharge on both the pylons. He'll get rid of one of them. He'll back away from the other, but it would be nice to get rid of it as SCV's under attack here from these Adepts. Marauder coming forwards to try and help with that too, but that's going to be, well, actually not that many workers going down. Only 5 SCVs killed. The Adepts are still there. I don't know what's taking them so long to kill more SCVs. I guess bio units are just coming out. Okay. Meanwhile, Patience is about a shade on top of this army. I mean, Widowmine's in position. Ooh, nice little shot onto the mortal there. That's definitely something Bjorn wants. He should try and just kill this pylon, I think. If he can kill this pylon, he gets rid of the warp, and he has a random Reaper in the army which throws a grenade down, blasts a few units back. Getting rid of the warpins would be nice, just towards the front. Get rid of that cannon too. Widowmine's still here. We're yet to really see them come into play, though. So Medevac's trying to boost on backwards, keep themselves safe. We see Liberators still just edging forwards. The Widowmines too. It's a difficult position for the Protoss player to engage into. Mothership Core now dying. It's getting more difficult as we see more Liberators arriving here. Bjorn still might be able to make this very aggressive push happen. Meanwhile, he's slowly beginning to deal with the Adepts across the map. That's not annoying though. The DT coming in, but he does have lots of scans. You can see it in the PIP, or maybe not because the logos are covering it, but there is a lot of energy on the CC, so he actually can afford a... he can afford the scans against the Dark Templar. Bjorn keeps on fighting here. Mothership Core going to soak a Widowmine shot. It's only one connection though, and I think Patience will lose the third base, but Bjorn is down to only 15 workers. Those Adepts have continued to be a massive annoyance. Another scan, and obviously if you're saving money for scans, or saving energy for scans, you're not making the money from those mules. So really, 16 workers is all the economy Bjorn is playing with at the moment. But he has such an incredible army to fight his opponent with. Like, there's not even that much bio left in the army of Bjorn anymore. It's just the Liberators and Mines are almost unengageable. And we say Bjorn's only on 17 workers, but to be fair, Patience is only on 14 workers of mineral income anyway. Because that's just how mined out his main and natural are now, and obviously he can't mine from the third base. Obviously he's got long distance mining. If we saw the income, the actual income tab, I actually think this would be a lot closer in terms of income than you might expect. You're going to see the Immortals going to get pop their barriers there, and we are going to see one of them getting taken down. Still a lot of Widow Mines coming across the map, man. There's so many mines. Here comes the reinforced Marines. This is obviously going to be a pretty big deal, helping out with more bio. It's been what Bjorn has been missing for a few moments, and it looks as though kicks down another couple of Mortals again. How do you engage into this? Well, maybe now's the Liberators. OCG blinks into the Widow Mines. Stalkers disappear to so many Widow Mines. Some friendly fire goes down onto Liberators, etc. But you can see Patience smiling a little bit. I think he realizes that he's just lost too much army. And Bjorn's army supply right now, Bjorn's just muled. I wonder if he wants to repair, or if it's just a little bit of BM. Considering there could still be DTs here, it's actually a little bit crazy for him to throw down those mules, I think, instead of saving some scans. GG in the end. Bjorn with 17 workers left is just about able to make it happen. Patience. Very League VSTL. That's going to be GG. Bjorn takes it, and the team is asked to go 2-1 up. Classic going to drink some Togepi. What's what Pokemon's on the side of Zest drink? Was that a cider? I couldn't see. I'm really interested by these Pokemon drinks, man. Like, they're cool. Uh-oh. I think we see who's coming up next. That was a pretty, it's probably, out of all the times we don't take a break, this is probably the least interesting reveal. So, like, Stats just walks up. Usually they're like slow-mo over, and it's like zoom panning upwards. It's like, oh my god, it's Stats or something. But this time Stats just stands up and walks across, like, yeah, okay, let's go. Look at Team Impact, man, with their sophisticated drinks. You know, they ain't drinking Pokemon drinks. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I'm gonna Google Korean Pokemon drinks. Korean Pokemon drinks. I'm gonna try and find them. I mean, that was never gonna show up with a result, was it? I tried, though. I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued. Obviously, we're not going to take a break here, guys. We're just going to go right on into Stats versus Bjorn. We're going to get the hype rolling. Get this ready to... get this set up and ready to go. So, let's go into this. I googled Poké Juice and regret it. Yeah, and that's why I googled Pokemon drinks. Like, I think that was like the safer option in all of this. Guys, it is indeed Stats. We can see him on the screen right now with Bjorn. I guess you probably want to see them full screen rather than me. And let's go into UK Precinct. To the bottom right hand side, the red Protoss player. Can he do better than yesterday where he lost in 4 minutes to Bjorn? It is Stats! Bottom left, blue Terran player from Team Expert and Team Zest. Bjorn. Still feel these intros are way too fast, man. May they use the intros to kill some time at the start of the game, you know, not just get into the game. Like, what am I going to do? Like, talk about stuff? I guess in this case it will work out as Bjorn. Cheeky Bjorn. First proxy racks, right next to his opponent's base. But look at the speed of the scout from Stats, going to move that right across the map right from the get-go. It's still going to be just going to come straight across. He's going to see the lack of structures in Bjorn's base. Obviously, just scouting in general is going to be very important for Stats against this build order of Bjorn. And a kind of a real turning moment in this match, I think. You know, you go 3-1 up in a series, you're probably feeling pretty good. You tie things up 2-2. It is it's for, you know, anyone can win this at that point. I'm just going to see these probes splitting. Thinking about where they want to go. I'm going to see reproduction continue as well. Reaper on the way out, and yeah, I mean, is he going to build the factory too across the map, or is he going to save that for back at home? He did take double gas. I'm sort of surprised that he doesn't have enough for the factory already. Checks the natural, sees no nexus, and that's all just because this probe has scouted a lack of, a building on the other side. So Bjorn sort of knows what's going on right now. Builds the factory at home. Oftentimes with this build, you will build the factory at home and then proxy the starport still. This is just going to be seeing the factory starting to build in the main base mineral line. So, setting that up and seeing what happens. Reaper pops up in towards the main base, and the Zealot does get a swipe actually, and bad micro so far. Bjorn so far has hit the gateway, and he's hit the assimilator with the Reaper. Finally, he's going to go for a kill, but he's going to get... What? How did he not get surrounded? How is that even possible? What? Anyone else? Does that make sense to anybody else? I'm so confused. How did the Reaper not just get surrounded there? Did he kill the probe that was coming in from that angle and run? Like, wow. Well, pretty interesting as we're going to be seeing Bjorn. We'll start up a Cyclone. Adept is on the hunt for these Reapers. 2 Adepts on the hunt, and oh, nice grenade back. But reality is the Adept Shades don't really care about those grenades right now, as we will see one Reaper not going down, I don't think, actually. Still alive and pulls it away. Meanwhile, this one Reaper that's still in the mineral line will go for another probe kill. So far, I think that's about the 3rd worker that's gone down, so pretty effective. This time the Adepts will get close enough. That probe gets away with his life as Zealot just checks, Zealot gets hit by the Reaper, which is just checking for the natural expansion. Does indeed find it. Alright, so as the Cyclone, I wonder if he brings the Cyclones across the map. He does begin to expand just on the high ground as well, in case there's any sort of counterattack coming in. You know, Bjorn right now has a couple of units, but he doesn't have that many. Ooh, going for the Cloak Banshee. Always a little bit of a risk in the PvT. It's always a little bit of a flip of the coin as to whether you get away with your opponent not making detection or not. The thing is, this Oracle comes in. The starport isn't exactly very well hidden, so... Oh, I guess the Cyclones can kind of zone it out, though. So if the Cyclone zones the Oracle out, he might not get the Scout, and... Well, then the Oracle may still have a lot of energy, though, and that might be the bigger issue. If you've got a lot of energy on the Oracle, then you do have a Revelation. If you've got a Revelation, then the Cloak Banshee, not as much of a big deal to kind of deal with. But obviously no Robo, no Observer still makes it a pain to deal with. You see this Reaper coming across and looking to see if he can just get some more information. But he's going to hop up in towards the Adept. He'll take a couple of shots and he's just going to go into towards the main. I was going to say lifted by the Phoenix, but then what? But there's a second Phoenix, so that works out. And well, Banshee is coming across the map again. Though the Oracle is back at home right now, so that oh, this is awkward actually. The Oracle's at home, so the Revelation is available, and he's about to fly. He was about to fly into the Phoenix, but he actually stops the Banshee just shy, just waiting for that cloak to get a little bit closer so he can fly straight in. You might be waiting to see the Oracle again just to confirm it's not in position. Yeah, it's pretty out of position, but I think he's still just going to wait that little bit longer. If he could go in with 2 Banshees, that could be really nice as well. Just give kind of stats. If he sees 1 Banshee, he's going to make another Oracle for extra Revelations, right? Oh, the Oracle! He sees the Widowmine. He's not going to fly into. That would have been huge. Anyway, here comes the first Banshee. Bjorn will get hit once by the Phoenix. The stats see it? No, he's not moving the Oracle back. He didn't realize. Maybe now he does. He's going to be seeing this first Banshee going to work. Obviously, the second Banshee coming across. I think there's enough energy on the Oracle, though, for like a double Revelation. So I think he should be able to hit both the Banshees. 5 workers already going down. Bjorn stops microing. Not really too sure why. Second Banshee heading towards the natural expansion. We'll just find a probe moving towards the third base as well. And, well, here comes the Oracle. It does have that energy. We'll throw down 1 Revelation. First Banshee goes down. The other Banshee not far behind it. Only 7 kills is really not very impressive from 2 Banshees with Cloak. I mean, it hasn't even really forced, you know, stats into too much either. He already had the Oracle up. He already had these Phoenix to help get rid of it. In the end, I would say this is actually pretty good for stats, you know? He didn't really lose anything. I mean, yeah, 7 probes is something, but for double Banshee, that slows down so much, you know, of attack from Bjorn, basically. You know, he has no Medivacs on the map right now. It's going to slow down the reactor. Well, obviously, I mean, he's getting Medivacs now, but it does slow everything down, so step into this. I guess another thing he did kind of gain as well. I guess lost mining time is always worth mentioning too. So I mean, I guess Bjorn did okay because the main base wasn't mining for a while because he left the Banshee in there. Yeah, I guess Bjorn did okay overall. I mean, he's 42 to 45 workers, which is a pretty decent number to be at. He's got double Mule on his side. He's not really kind of having to save scans like he did last game against Patience. So I guess it's looking pretty okay for Bjorn. Really, going to see 2 more gates dropping on down here. I'm just going to be seeing the Phoenix production still continuing. The classic kind of Phoenix Adept sort of setup coming in now. The +1 simultaneously with the Resonating Glaives upgrade. Let's get into both of those at the same time. Ready to go into the next stage of this. And 5 extra gates as well as the third base comes up. It's just getting stats into that position where he's going to be able to spend all of that income. Bjorn's still without a third CC as he went up to the 5 racks, the rather aggressive option, and probably will be looking to attack, and just keep on attacking throughout this game. As Stim finishes, he'll still be missing a combat shield upgrade for a while, though. Yes. He'll be missing his combat shield upgrade, and there it is, starting up now. So he can be a little bit aggressive, but the main attack is going to really come in when he's got that combat shield and probably +1 armor. That's when his kind of 5 racks of production is really going to be kicking in, and well, until then, he just want to try and do as much damage as he can. First Observer is going to maybe survive. He looks like he just walks past it for now. You didn't actually see it on the screen, I'm just watching the mini-map. As you see these 3 extra adapts being warped in towards the third base, so the extra adapts being warped in, Widowmine's going to unburrow, push a bit further forwards. Nice Revelation, obviously much more reliable to see these Widowmines than the Observer. The Observer can scan and be killed any time. Once the Observer goes down, you can't see the Widowmines, you're in a bit of trouble. Revelation gives you that guaranteed kind of period of time where you just know for a fact that there is, you know, you're going to be able to see those Widowmines and engage in or whatever. Depths is initially here going to threaten the Shade forwards, but I think with 4 Widowmines already burrowed and in position, it'd be a little bit of a silly position to engage in towards. First Overcharge already used here, and you can see Widowmines right now targeting down one of them there. Doesn't quite happen. Targets down one of the pylons that gets overcharged. This is going pretty good so far for Bjorn, and the supply block for stats is pretty huge as well at the moment. Here come the Phoenix, lifted up those mines. He's going to start targeting them down though, the Phoenix that is. The third Nexus is under some heavy fire, and Bjorn right now is making stats live very, very difficult. Going to get rid of the Nexus. Still is missing the +1 armor. He does have combat shields, so right now the upgrade's just even as we see more Widowmines being lifted up. Depth still trading here as the Marines pulling towards the back, letting the Marauders do the tanking in the end. Stats is just about going to have enough to turn this away, but Bjorn did kill the third Nexus. He's got a Liberator now to try and help set up as well. He does need a few more Marines. The Marine's going to be helping to get rid of the Phoenix and the Skies, of course. 2 Liberators now. As Beyond still just on 2 bases, looking for this continuous onslaught of aggression. Pylon will go down. There's no ship core. Just moving a little bit further back once again. Another scan up to the high ground. Liberator siege yet again here. Again, we'll be looking to hit those Liberators with the Phoenix, of course, taking them down nice and quickly. There's no Widowmiser to target any longer. Meanwhile, we do have Prism player in the main. And that Prism just going to get pulled away. Enough value unity and the Liberator too, but it does slow down the reinforcements of Beyond from coming across the map. And setting this up into a 2 base against 2 base situation now. It's interesting to see where we go from here. Stats now an armor upgrade behind. Beyond with a bit of a contain on Stats. I mean, Stats will have to break through this position at some point as well. Whoa, the Prism goes down. That's unfortunate because that's pretty much the only map control on the map at the moment for Stats. Phoenix are out in the center. They're going to be looking to lift up reinforcements and trade efficiently here to slow Beyond down, of course. Nice scan gets rid of the Observers. The Liberators will take the opportunity to just edge a little bit further forwards. Lots of force fields available. A couple of deaths getting caught by the concussive shells. Now the Robo facility under fire. No more Observers potentially if that went down. As here we go, the Adepts are going to commit this split up. Obviously the Widowmines start to go off here. The Phoenix are just going to lift up whatever they can. The Liberators are doing good damage though, and Beyond. Today his TVP is on point, taking down Patience, now looking to take down Stats, leaving those Liberators unsieged, and Team Impact are only going to have Impact remaining to try and save the day and to put them into the grand finals, but he's going to have to take down Beyond, Classic, and of course Jachi if he wants to do that. It's a big ask for the team captain, really be able to make it happen. One Zerg stands between Team Zest and the grand final matchup against Team Hero. We'll go into Impact versus Beyond very soon after this quick commercial break. Welcome back, guys. These guys, the speed at which they go in game is truly incredible. I mean, I threw to break really quick, right? I did not waste any time. I wasted 10 seconds. And we missed the intros. It's incredible. I don't get it. Top right, Impact, Red Zerg from Dead Pixels, representing his own team here in the VSL. Sorry, game sounds. Good call, fam. And to the bottom left, Bjorn, the blue Terran player, is of course here from Team Zest in Crossbone Cactus Valley. Zest has already fallen for Team Zest today. It is Bjorn, Classic, and Jachi who stand between it, Impact and a miraculous comeback in this series, I think, to be able to make this happen. Stats, one of their star players, I think, just not really delivering in this tournament. Unfortunately for Team Impact, hasn't been great for it. Shout out to As Far As It Goes for the 2-month resub on the channel. Again, guys, obviously, I said this a bit yesterday. I don't have access to the sub info or anything like that to kind of get pop-ups and stuff. So I'll try and shout out any sort of subs that come through whenever I see them, but sometimes I'm going to miss them, and it's obviously not just it's not the perfect setup, so sorry if we miss any subs or whatever, but that's just the situation. That's just how it is today. But obviously, resub is appreciated, and thank you for supporting Base Trade TV. As we set up into this 5th game, it's the 3-Rax Reaper from Beyond, something he used yesterday to take down Rogue when he started off and was the first player out for Team Zest. Let's see how this continues on. As we just have the Reaper popping out, and yeah, a couple more Lings, couple Queens, Ling speed on the way up. I mean, obviously right now Impact doesn't quite know about what this is. He hasn't been able to scab because it's cross spawn. It's just not got an Overlord in position just yet. How's it going to be seeing these Zerglings just sad and natural? And he sees the first Reaper now. That's normal. When he sees the second Reaper in just a moment, he's going to realize exactly what this is. And here you go. Second Reaper arrives. So now you see Impact going to have to start responding to this triple Rax Reaper play. Queen so far doing a good job deflecting these Reapers, pushing them back a little bit, pushing them away. I'm just going to see the Reapers trying to keep on pushing forwards and keep on trying to do a little bit more in the early stages. Again, Beyond has been transitioning out of this pretty quickly generally and going in towards the reactors, the tech lab, and then going in towards kind of a fast-ish double medevac drop afterwards with Stim. As you just see, still the Reapers looking at the front, seeing what else they can do. Looking to see what else they can go for. What's the point of killing that rock? Quite a lot of the time you want to kill that rock just so you don't misclick on it during a fight. If you misclick on it, like A-click it when you want to move down the ramp or something, you'll attack the rock instead of like your opponent's units, so it can be a bit frustrating. It's always better to kill it off just to remove that possibility. I think that's the main reason. I mean, there's not many other reasons apart from, I guess, if you get annoyed by rocks in your base. Anyways, you're going to see this Marine just working its way through the Overlord here and just pushing it away. I mean, finally the Overlord finding this position, and yeah, and there's the transition from Beyond. Factory comes down, the double reactor tech lab, the stim pack has begun. I'm just going to see a drone coming down. What's the point of the rock? The point of the rock is to stop kind of being walled in. I'll never forget there was a big drama back in the day between, I think it was it Marine King against Nestea? I think it was Marine King against Nestea, or maybe it was definitely Marine King, and it was in the GSL, and there was a big complaint because the GSL map didn't have the blocker on. And so, obviously it was meant to have the blocker on, but it didn't, and so that was the map Marine King had practiced on, and so on that map, he specifically went for a bunker rush which walled his Zerg opponent into their base. And there was a big drama as to, should it be replayed on a map with the thing? Well, no, not really, because the official GSL version didn't have it, so the players are prepared for it not to be there. So it was a big thing back then. Man, that was way back, though. Like, way, way back. It was on Metalopolis as well, I think, if I remember the map correctly. Anyways, we see these Reapers jumping around and seeing what's going on. A little bit of damage being done. Grabs himself a drone again. Generally here for Bjorn, he's not really looking to do damage. He's just looking to keep these Reapers alive. Or to I mean, obviously, if you soften up the Lings enough, that's fantastic. But really, the Reapers here, he wants to try and have them fully engagement. Obviously, if you kill like 20 Lings or something like he's doing right now, it generally just means the next engagement is going to go pretty well for him anyway. So that was a pretty good. That's a pretty good little cleanup as we see those Lings getting kind of buffed around. There's going to be more Marines pushing out here. Overlord gets taken down, and Bjorn is going to start heading out in towards the center of the map. So, in fact, heading towards the center here, going to be. Bjorn's heading towards the center here, is going to get ready for this large attack. As this Medivacs come on up, we're going to see this Reaper going to be saved by the Marines, continuing to hold that watchtower. Some good stuff. I'm just going to see a lot of Lings coming down to the south side too, having a little bit of a think as to what they want to get up to, where they want to go. Bjorn continues to push on forwards, and we'll be able to just grab this Overlord overhead as well, so Overlord will indeed fall down. And these two Medivacs continue to come across. I mean, with a few more reinforcements, it's going to be a large push very soon. Bane Nest is only just about to finish, so you should have some Banes for this, but obviously Banes are... having Banes and getting Banes to actually connect and go well against Bjorn's Marines are two very different things. And right now, Bjorn, +1 attack against +1 Carapace. Still no Banes being made. Finally, 5 Banes start up. I don't know if that's really going to be enough, though. Again, these are Bjorn Marines. They have that kind of superpower of being controlled by Bjorn, which means they generally don't die. You can see that Impact is just losing all of his Zerglings. The Reaper in the back doesn't even go down. And as these Banes finish up, Bjorn just has to target fire one. Oh, he misses it on the right-hand side, and Bjorn can see he's disappointed in himself there. Nice Reaper grenade, blast the Queens, and despite that disaster, Bjorn is still breaking the third base. Drones continue to go down, and Impact just does not have an answer to this anymore. Finally, Medivac started. Bjorn, that was the wrong Medivac, buddy. That was not the Medivac being targeted. A couple of micro mistakes by Bjorn, but in the end, it doesn't look as though it's going to matter. He's got more reinforcements with more Medivacs coming across the map here very shortly. 10 drones going down though. I mean, Bjorn behind in workers, but just keeps on reinforcing. Oh, he forgot his Marines. I thought those Medivacs were going to be full of Marines, but no, he completely forgot them. It's a little bit of a mistake there. I think the most impressive part of that fight from Bjorn was the fact he has a single Reaper, and he finds in all of that kind of chaos the perfect moment to just throw one grenade to disrupt the Banes from moving forwards and disrupt the Queens. Impact is alive, but our question is for how much longer? We just have 1-1 now against just the +1. As we're going to be seeing, meters are out on the map as well to try and help up against this. And Medivac loads, not sure if that's exactly what you want to see right now. No Bane speed still. Oh, Widowmine is pretty good as well. The last couple Banes are being targeted too. Bjorn still has a 20 army supply lead, pushing in towards this third base. Nice target fire on the Bane. The Bane is dead. You know you don't have to worry about too much. Although a lot more Banes coming out here still. Again, some target firing still coming down from Bjorn. He's got one more Bane to get rid of. There it is, going down. I mean, it's not even kind of... It's just expected nowadays that Bjorn gets rid of those Banes as impact. The team captain is also dealing with attacks in his natural, in his main base too. Some sort of drops that we're not seeing on the screen. And that's where a lot of those drones that he has are disappearing. That'll be GG, and Team Zest are going to go to the finals, where they will play against Team Hero. Bjorn, the mini fist pump right there, knocks his water bottle off of the table in excitement. And look how happy Team Zest are. Zest is like, hey, I took him up as well though, guys, don't forget me. Yep, team captain representing today. Bjorn's still doing most of the work though. Jachin Classic, they probably didn't even bring their keyboards and mice. Just expecting Bjorn to clean up. Yesterday, when Bjorn lost lost in the final game, they probably actually had to run home, grab their stuff, and come back to the venue. Bjorn just playing so well lately, and playing in some really sick. He's playing some really sick StarCraft. Honestly, I mean, yesterday he came back from behind a couple of times. He just lost out to Solar. Unfortunately for Team Impact, it looked good for them as they took down Team Zest a few days ago to advance through into that. Winner bracket final match yesterday. They lost out there, and well, now they are done for. They are gone, and they are eliminated. Third place for them. And Team Zest go up against Team Hero. They will play in the very next few minutes, in about 10 to 15 minutes. Will this milk get me? I'm still really intrigued by this Pokemon milk, man. Why is there Pokemon on the milk cartons? Why did they pick the Pokemon milk? Did they love Pokemon? I'm gonna ask them. Someone just ring up Bjorn and be like, hey Bjorn, we really just need to know, like, what's with the Pokemon milk? Can you put Pokemon milk? What are you guys on about? Alright guys, so if this is the same as yesterday, we should have a little bit of downtime before we jump into our second series of the day, which is the grand finals of the VSL Team League Season 1 of 2017. We'll be setting that up and getting ready to roll here very shortly. We have highlights, so we might try and take a break now and then come back to highlights. Maybe, perhaps, something. I can rewind the live. I can rewind it anyways to kind of watch the highlights when we come back. So let's take a break now. We can rewind a little bit. I completely forgot we could just rewind every now and then. Woody, come on. That's a brilliant answer. Guys, we'll be back in a few minutes. Coming up next is our grand finals. Team Hero taking on Team Zest, of course, who have just won out here 4-1 against Team Impact.